In the news this week, peers oppose criminalising parents who smack their children in England. A Care Quality Commission report unveils discriminatory use of blanket Do Not Resuscitate orders. And a bill which would ban abortion on the basis of disability in Northern Ireland takes its first step towards becoming law. Hello. A number of peers have spoken powerfully against an attempt to criminalise parents who smack their children in England. Parents in Scotland are already at risk of prosecution for reasonable chastisement, while a ban in Wales will come into force next year. But peers demolished arguments in favour of amending the Domestic Abuse Bill to target parents in England.
The idea that the public are clamouring for us to criminalise parents who smack is far from the truth, and polling in Scotland and Wales ahead of the smacking bans there demonstrate how unwanted and unwelcome these new regimes are.
I noticed in campaigns to ban smacking in Wales and Scotland that one of the most egregious tactics of anti-smacking lobbyists was this irresponsible conflation of smacking with gross acts of violence.
Speaking for the government, Lord Parkinson confirmed it would not back the amendment.
The government does not accept that the law as it stands is in breach of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. We believe that it is compliant with Articles 19 and 37 in relation to abuse and violence towards children.
The Care Quality Commission has found that Do Not Resuscitate orders applied during the pandemic may have breached the human rights of at least 500 people. The report described the use of blanket DNRs as potentially unlawful and discriminatory. It revealed that between March and December, social care providers issued at least 508 DNRs without consultation or consent. The watchdog said it is worrying that many care providers believed blanket DNRs had been used for people in their care. A spokeswoman for Age UK said the report was extremely disturbing, and Dan Scorer of MENCAP added, "We now need to see action from government." The closure of churches in Scotland placed Christians in a deep crisis of conscience, a judge has heard. Lord Braid is presiding over the case against the Scottish Government's decision to criminalise gathering in places of worship during the pandemic. Representing a group of 27 church ministers, Janice Scott QC told the judge there was an irreconcilable conflict between the obedience of the Christian church to their God and obedience to the state. Public worship is a robust central aspect of the practice of the Christian, both individually and as a church. And finally, a bill which would ban abortion on the basis of disabilities such as Down syndrome has taken a step towards becoming law in Northern Ireland. The legislation, brought by MLA Paul Given, passed its second stage by 48 votes to 12. Speaking in the Stormont debate, Mr Given said his bill tackles disability discrimination and how the law perpetuates stereotypes. First Minister Arlene Foster also shared her personal view. This past year has taught us much about the fragility of life. No one's life is less valuable, and this standard should apply to life inside and outside the womb. It comes ahead of World Down Syndrome Day, which is being marked this year by the release of Amber and Me, a documentary about the life of twin sisters, one with the condition and one without. The film charts their progress through primary school and presents a heartwarming picture of life with Down syndrome. Well, that's all for this week. For more information on all of our stories, plus much more, visit our website at christian.org.uk. Until next time, goodbye.